right, everybody. Welcome back to another episode on The Black Experience. I am your host here, Ermias Hagos, and I am back with another one as Season 4 rolls on, y'all. Y'all, summer is getting near. The quarter here at Western is ending. It's coming to an end. And if you guys are hearing this episode by the time summer started, then, well, I'm already happy and I'm living my best life in the summer. So, but without further ado, y'all, I've got a very special guest with me today. He is someone I recently met. He's an international student athlete, and he's part of the larger Western Washington University community. So without further ado, y'all, let's put our hands together and let's bring up my homie, Janko. Mr. Janko.
What's good, man?
Good, man. How you doing?
I'm doing awesome, bro. You know, another day, another time.
Yeah.
How you doing?
I'm doing well, man. As I was telling you, I just got out of my class.
Yeah.
And so I'm kind of like, I look at my calendar because I go off my calendar, and it's just like event after event. Like right after this, I have that. So I've been trying my best this year to like stay in the moment,
So
you know?
You got a pretty busy schedule, I guess, right?
I would say so, yeah. I like to stay busy. Otherwise, I get bored, and
Yeah, I feel that. Like,
then I have nothing to do, you know?
having something to do, so it's good.
Yeah. How's basketball going? I know we're going to get into that, but...
I mean, we in off season right now, so just, on recruitment, working out, getting better and getting prepared for like the next season. But the season will start to like November next year, so
Yeah.
now it's just, working out, taking care of your body and then getting your mind right too.
Yeah. Tell me about it, man. Seriously. A quick icebreaker before we get into it. First of all, tell the audience, how tall are you exactly?
So I would say I'm 6'11", and then on a good day with shoes, am I going towards 7 foot, So yeah,
How does that feel, man? Is the climate different up there, 7
Bro,
feet?
it's great weather up here. It's great weather. Like I get to breathe the air that people don't get to breathe for
Oh,
me.
my
So it's like
goodness.
it comes
Clear.
to me first, and then the rest.
And then it
get
comes
the
down
air,
to us,
and then
right?
it goes out to y'all.
Did you so when did the growth spurt start to happen?
So I get this question a lot, but I think my growth spurt started around. I've always been the tallest guy,
Yeah.
like amongst my peers. You feel me?
Yeah.
Since when I was like a kid, like 6, I've always been like an inch taller or like a few
Yeah.
inches taller. But then as I hit like I would say 12,
Yeah.
that's just when I started just putting distance between me and like my fellows. So it was 12, and then going to 13, 14 is when I like really started putting like few inches per year. So it was like yeah.
Wow.
So I would
Now
say
here you are.
12 basically, and now 7 foot standing.
Sheesh, man. Sheesh. That's something, man.
So definitely
That's what's up, though, Jacob.
different world.
Yeah, man. But yeah, man. Let's get into it, man. So I know again we met through other mutual friends.
Yeah.
But again, like I know you from distant. We know each other from distant.
For
But
sure.
tell a little bit about kind of your background, a little bit, kind of life growing up for you, and what that looked like.
Yeah, so my background is really in depth for me. So as you already mentioned, international student. So I'm from Germany. I was born and raised in Germany. So how I like to break it down is like I was born in Germany, and then I lived in Germany for about 7 years, 8 years, 9 years. No, wait. 9 years. I lived in Germany for 9
Yeah.
years till the 3rd grade, and then my parents just decided to move back to Africa. So my parents are from Gambia. It's in West Africa. It's a small country. So they just had the mindset of it's better to raise your kids there. You could meet the family. Get closer to the religion and everything. So we moved to Gambia. I lived in Gambia for 7 years. Came back to Germany, and then lived in Germany for another 4 years. And then that's when I decided to take my basketball talents to the States, and then came to Oklahoma first. And then from Oklahoma, I went to California. And then from California, here we are at Western.
Wow.
So that's like, just been jumping around continents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so has basketball always been that one sport where you were like, because I have the height, that's always been the sport that you love to do?
No. So I get this a lot. So people really think, I started playing basketball because of my height.
Yeah.
But that was not always the case. So I played soccer first. Because like, as
It's
in
huge.
Europe,
Yeah. Especially in Africa.
everybody plays soccer,
Yeah.
especially in Africa too. So that's my first sport I played. Because like all my peers were playing soccer. So I was like, you know what? I'll play soccer too. So I played soccer, started off at 5 up to like 9. And then also when I went to like Africa, I also played soccer. But then, I was just not having fun anymore. And then it all started off in this one high school. I was in Africa. It's an international high school, so there are a lot of people that are from different countries. So I was just there playing soccer, and then I was like, it's not fun anymore, bro. It's like, kicking your legs all the time. Don't get me wrong, I love soccer, but I was just not having fun playing it during that time.
Right.
And then I just seen those people play basketball on this court. I was like, this seems really fun. This seems really fun. I was like, let me go hop on there, try it. And I was there, like, the wages just welcomed me, like the whole culture of it just seemed so like embracing for me.
Right.
So I was like,
Yeah.
I gotta try it. And then, day by day I was just there and I just fell in love with it. Since then I've just been playing basketball.
Because, I mean, dude, we played basketball over the past weekend, and, I mean, the guys that were defending you, like, they weren't sure anything, but just because you had the height and you also had the skill, though, I mean, you would just turn around, and then it's a dunk on you. I'm like, what are we going to do with Janko, man?
Yeah, I mean, that's not what you do. It's just got to be physical down there for me. So, but I love being physical, too, so it's like, you got to compensate for some things.
Obviously, yeah, no, definitely, man. So, what did I guess, like, because you grew up in Germany, but then you've also been to the Gambia.
Exactly.
What was what was that cultural shift like for you?
I mean, so in my home, we've always, been really close to our culture. So I didn't speak the language as well, but now I'm like, I speak 5 different languages now. But like,
Wow, 5 of them. What name?
So Mandinka, Fula, Wolof, English and German.
Wow.
Yeah. So back when I was in Germany though, so during the time span when I was born to like before I moved to Gambia, I was only speaking German. So I could understand my mom, when she spoke Mandinka to us, but like it wasn't as fluent. Like I wouldn't like speak back. She would speak to me in Mandinka and I would speak back to her in German. So it was like, or I would say something in Mandinka and just mix it up with German for me. So it was that type of communication, we all know it. And then, so when I went to Gambia, so I've already had, I already knew about my culture a little bit, I already knew about my religion, but like it's just the way the people move, the way people are, the way the people, talk to you, treat you, it was really different. So in Germany, people are, more to themselves and everything. And then in Gambia, people have more of a community, you feel me?
Right.
So like everybody's just, together, you're always like societal and everything. Whereas, in Germany, it's more like antisocial and everything. So it was a big shift in culture, but, in a positive way though, because I really liked it, I went there, obviously people could tell I was not from there, but I was from there because they see it like, so we have this term called tubab, meaning, white person. And then, so they would call me tubab while I'm black, which is kind of funny, but like.
And this is in the Gambia.
This is in the Gambia.
Yeah.
But they just knew that I was not from here. Not even when I spoke, before I even spoke, they were like, where are you from? Like, what country are you from? Like, I'm from Gambia, but like, we get into depth with it. I was like, I was born in Germany, but both of my parents are from Gambia, and I see myself as Gambian too. So yeah, but they embraced me, and then that's where I've been nurtured and everything.
Wow.
So yeah,
that's incredible, man.
It is, man.
And that's the same thing my parents got because my dad came here before my mom and I.
Where are your parents from again?
Eritrea.
Eritrea. Oh, okay. That's nice.
So we're on the east side from you guys, So we're all one family. Habesha, bro. Proud of Habesha, man. It's funny because I was having a conversation with someone and I told them I was Habesha and they were like, yeah, I can tell. And I said, what was it? Is it the forehead? Is it the eye? There's like distinct features we have.
But y'all have a smaller forehead than Somalis, though. I'll give you that. Somalis, nobody beats them when it comes to that forehead, bro.
Hopefully I don't get in trouble because some Somalis listening to this.
I'm sorry, but Somalis.
But you just being honest.
But like, hey, straight.
Yeah, man. But no, man. So when they came here, they were also like back home. Everyone is like friendly. Now, obviously, there's obviously not good people everywhere, but it's still just like that friendly vibe. If you see a neighbor passing by, you invite him to your house, have lunch with them, whatever.
Exactly.
But then when my dad came here, he was like, wow, everyone is just busy, hustle mode.
True.
Going from one place to another, no time for anybody individual.
Exactly, bro. You can't describe it better. That's exactly how it is. It's two different worlds when it comes to that.
Yeah. And I feel like there's got to be some kind of healthy balance there because it's good to be hustling and bustling and all that stuff, but I feel like we're kind of meant to be in community together. Exactly. You know what I mean?
Together. Yeah. I feel like that's what, sadly the Western world lacks. I feel like it's just, this sense of community. People really think they're in a community, but they don't really know. They're really not, you feel me? Yeah. Till you go like to places like in third world countries where people are actually together, do stuff together, have that trust within each other. Like you will meet a random person and then they will have lunch with you as if like y'all known each other for like ages. But it's just, it's just a sense of community, everybody embraces everybody. And then it's just, unfortunately lacking here.
Yeah. So then the transition from Germany to the States, that wasn't too radical, was it?
I mean, so when I was in Gambia, I've always had. So when I started playing basketball in the Gambia, I've always had the thought of, obviously, when it comes to basketball, everybody thinks about the States, NBA, and everything. So in my head, I always wanted to, go to America and play basketball there. So I didn't even think I was going to go back to Germany at first. So I thought in my head, okay, do high school, a little bit of high school in Gambia, and then go straight to the States. But then I don't know what changed my mind. But I was like, I don't really know nobody in the States, you feel me? So I want to go back to my friends, see them. I was a little younger and naive. So I was like, I want to go back to Germany, at least do a few years there, see my friends again, because I haven't seen them in like 7 years. Although I've been, through Germany every summer, just for summer holidays and everything, on vacation. But I haven't really seen them. So I was like, I want to go see them, be with them a little bit, and then I could decide to go to the States. So the switch off wasn't really, because when I came to Germany, I forgot a little German. Although I did learn, 3 other languages, but, my German was, getting a little, worse. I got it worsened a little bit, but, it just took me a few months and I sharpened it back up. And then, so when I went to the States, it also has a little bit of a shift because, the people in Germany are really judgmental and everything. And while it's in the States, everybody just minds their own business, you feel me? You just do you, be you for who you are. In Germany, everybody's, judging you like, oh, what is he wearing? What is he doing? You feel me? So Germany, when it comes to the people, they're a little different, you feel me? So I feel like the States has definitely nicer people than in Germany. But yeah, I feel like that's the biggest shift in, culture that I've, seen. But it wasn't as big as, from Germany to Gambia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the you said people in Germany kind of judge you. Is it like based on like your skin color, based on, you said kind of your appearance? Like what, kind of give me like some examples of what that
Yeah,
maybe
obviously,
looked like for you.
we all know the skin color is always gonna play a part in it. You feel me? But like, not even to dive into that, but like just the way you dress. So if you dress a certain way, like you just feel like dressing that way, people are going to judge you based on the way you dress. You feel me? As if it was their business, but it's not. You feel me? Like you should be able to dress the way you want to dress, and you should be able to showcase yourself the way you want to be seen as. You feel me? But yeah, people are really judgmental when it comes to that part. Whereas in America, you can just be who you want to be. For me, yeah. So like simple things as like Crocs. Like as basketball players, we go to we go to hoop, and then once we finish hooping, we don't want to wear sneakers. You feel me? We
You
wanna
pull out
have
the Crocs, yeah.
Exactly, and then people will look at you as if you were homeless, and then
Oh,
like you feel
man.
me? So it's a whole deep story when it comes to people in Germany. But like Germany as itself is a nice place. You feel me? And they're also nice people, obviously, for me.
Yeah.
But like there are a lot of people that a little left-sided.
Yeah. Also, German engineering,
It's
German
top
cars,
tier.
is
Top tier.
like top tier, man. Mercedes, I mean,
Mercedes,
Audi,
BMW.
BMW. Like,
Yeah, it's top.
if I had a dream car, it's
Porsche
gonna be
too.
German. Yeah, Porsche. Yeah.
It's
So
top tier.
yeah, without a doubt, man. So yeah, man, that's awesome. So let's kind of get into how did you become a Viking, man? This is such a a school that's small, compared to UW and you got Wazoo out here. What made you come to Western?
So obviously, I told you how I jumped around from Cali. So the first school I went to was a JUCO because I didn't have the grades yet to go to a 4-year school. So I started off at the JUCO, and then also my skill set wasn't up there yet. So I feel like JUCO was a start for me. And then I was there for a year. Had a cool coach. Our relationship didn't end up as I wished it would, but that's a tough for another day. But then got better, got into the lab, went to California, had a great relationship with that coach, played a lot too, was all conference and everything, So I really, improved as a player, as a person. And then obviously, JUCO, you played JUCO for 2 years and then you graduated. So I graduated and then I had a choice, out of a few schools that I was looking at. And then I met Tony, which is our coach at Western. And then, he just told me about the culture they have here. It's a great school. Obviously, like, when it comes to the campus, it's like a D1 school, you feel me? Like, we have everything. Like, just look at this setup right here. It's just amazing, you feel me? So, it's a great school. And then, he really convinced me that this place is all about family because that's what I was looking for at first. Obviously, I want to win, but, like, I want to have a place where I could call family, go back to, be like, oh, this is, this is where my family is, you feel me?
Yeah.
And not feel, because I'm already far from home. So if I'm at another place where I play basketball and I don't really feel home, it's going to be like, it's just going to make it worse. So having a place that I could call home while being far away from home was really important to me. And then, he really promised me that this is going to be a place that, you could call it home. So that's probably the biggest, decision I made coming here. And then, we have great peers. We have great, I have great teammates, coaching staff, top tier. So it's a great school. That's how I became a Viking, basically.
Yeah, seriously. What does family mean to you?
So family, it's all about, a place that you could grow in, grow at, you feel me? A place where you could be yourself, nurture, have down times with them, and then, you have happy days with them too, you feel me? That's my basic concept of family, a place that you could always go back and, they have your back. That's family to me.
Yeah.
Cause like if you call a place family, but like in hard times they aren't there, that's not really family.
That's
for
not
me.
really family.
So it has to be like either way, like hard times, good times, they are there. That's why I define it as family.
Yeah, because the people that are not there during the hard times, I kind of consider them as almost like fans.
Yeah, they
type
don't
of thing.
deserve to be there at the good
Yeah.
times. You feel me?
Yeah.
They were not there when all the struggling was happening.
Or like a fake fan too, honestly, because
Exactly.
even a real fan, for example, being a United fan, you got to stick through them in their tough times,
Like right now,
the
right
best
now is
times,
tough times.
yeah, tough times.
Right now,
a real
although y'all
crisis happening right now. So.
Although you all won the FA Cup, but
We'll
things
take that,
aren't really looking good.
Anyways, that's a topic for a different day, man. But
Sure.
man, Janko, man, I think you and I have been both blessed to find that community because you found it within the people here, the basketball team here, that community that the coach Tony kind of inspired you and informed you about. Because I've again, this is my 5th year and I've seen people come and go at Western.
Yeah.
I've had homies still stay up until this day, and it's because we've been able to find that community. But people struggle to find that community. So I guess for people right now that are struggling to find a community, I guess what advice would you give to finding that?
That's a great question. I feel like how I would answer that is just, you just got to know what you're looking for. Because I feel like if you're searching for something, but at the end of the day, you don't know what you're looking for, you're not going to find what you really want, you feel me?
Yeah.
So really, people say, oh, I want a community. But it's like, as I was just, describing what I see as a family, so you really need to know what you really want. So if that's what you want, a place where you can be yourself and everything, then that's what you need to look for. If you start looking for something, just, something to call a community, but it's not really a community, then you're going to struggle finding that. So I feel like, just got to know, the people that you could hang around with, you feel me? Because your circle is really important. Because, like, they got to represent you in some sort of way. So if you hang around with people that don't represent you, then you always going to feel, out of place a little bit. So you really got to, find that place where you could be yourself. You don't have to be someone else for them or for you to, fit in.
Yeah.
So I feel like as long as you don't have to do all that and, you could be yourself and, you really know what you're looking for, I feel like it will make things easier. You feel me? It's not always going to be, an easy path to finding a community. But,
No, not at all.
Those are some stuff that will make it easier.
Yeah, yeah. Touching back to basketball a little bit, because I know you said you played soccer a little bit. Growing up, were there any kind of because me, for example, growing up, I was basketball. The love of basketball began in 5th grade for me, and before that, I never was really into soccer, but I used to watch it every now and then. But seeing Michael Jordan, seeing Kobe, LeBron, and then Steph Curry recently, those were kind of my inspirations. Growing up for you, was there someone that you look up to that you were like, man, I kind of want to be like him. I want to be like Mike or something like that?
All right, so for me, I would say it started off with, as I started basketball, obviously the first player I was introduced to was LeBron James. That's because, he's the guy in our generation, so that's the first player I got introduced to. So I started, looking at him, being inspired by him. I played, I don't know if you remember 2K14, he was on the cover of it, and then he had this whole speech before, the game started. Yeah. So, those are some things that, I backed down on. And then, he was basically my inspiration the whole time when I started playing basketball. And then as I, started getting more familiar with the game, knowing positions and everything, I obviously realized, I'm not going to be a, shooting guard, point guard, or small forward. So I knew I was going to be a center. So I was like, oh, I need to find people that, play my position that I could be inspired by too. So I started looking at Chris Bosh, because obviously, he was the closest center to LeBron. Yeah. So I was looking at him, I really liked his game, the way he shot the three, because, I like to shoot. You feel me? I'm a big that likes to shoot. So he was really,
That's so
cool
scary.
guy.
That's so scary.
I mean, hey.
A 7 feet dude pulling up from 3 and splashing every what are you gonna do there?
Bro. You gotta have options because people are like, oh, let him shoot. He's obviously unstoppable inside. Let him shoot. Da da da. And then once you shoot, what are they gonna do now? You feel me? So it's broadening your bag as much as possible.
For sure.
So Chris Bosh was the first center I looked up to, and then from him, I went on to DeAndre Jordan during the Lob City times with Blake Griffin and them.
Man.
Scary times at the Clippers.
Yeah.
And then it went on to Joel Embiid. So he's the last guy I really looked at, and I'm still, looking at. I love his game, everything about his game. Obviously, he gets injured a lot, but there's so many things that I can, I see in him that I see in myself. You feel me? Mm-hmm. We both started playing basketball hella late, and we both dealt with injuries and everything. So and then we both get criticized for stuff that are out of our control, and just the way he deals with it. And he's also from Africa, you feel me? So that's
What country is he from?
He's from Cameroon.
Okay.
Yeah, he's from Cameroon,
Gotcha.
and then he came, I think, at the age of like 16, something like that.
Wow.
And then he had a rough path too. So everything just about his life, his path, inspired me. So he's the player that I look up to date. Obviously, I also look up to like legends like Hakeem Olajuwon. I like the shimmy and everything.
The
he
dream.
does. Yeah, the dream shake. That's a move that I definitely have in my bag too. So yeah, but right now I would say Joel Embiid is the one that I look up to the most.
Yeah. What did you think about The Last Dance, if you watched it?
I watched it. The Last Dance. So for me, always, when we have this conversation between who's better, LeBron, MJ, I was always LeBron, like really, really clear off. You feel me? Like MJ doesn't even come close, although he has 6 rings, but rings doesn't mean everything. You feel me? Although it has a big weight to play in it, but like
Sure.
Bill won 11. You feel me?
Sure.
So,
Yeah.
but when I watched The Last Dance, it gave me a different perspective of who MJ really is. You feel me? What he went through, the mindset he has. You feel me? And then obviously I was not in his generation, so I didn't watch him live. But seeing a Last Dance puts you, brings you a little closer to when he was actually playing, and then you actually feel how it meant to be like MJ. Da, da, da. So I feel like it made the debate a little closer. I'm still going to rock with LeBron.
You still
every time.
LeBron
I'm still
in that
LeBron.
debate.
But I feel like it made the conversation closer. And then now when people speak and say MJ's better, I respect it. You feel me? Back then I didn't respect it. I'm like, he's just talking smack. You feel me?
Really?
Yeah, I was like,
Wow.
But now I respect the the opinion, because I could see why people say MJ, especially if you're a little older, I could see why people say MJ.
Yeah.
But
Because our generation didn't really grow up watching MJ,
yeah.
to be honest, too.
we didn't get blessed
So,
to see him.
we did not.
Yeah.
The thing with me is like I've kind of always had Jordan number 1. And now for me personally, I have LeBron number 2.
Oh, okay.
And then Kareem. And people are like, I don't know, they get offended if I put LeBron number 2, but I'm like, even before The Last Dance, I was just like, every time I see an MJ highlight, even though I didn't get blessed seeing him, I'm just like, he just moves differently. Like, you know how they say he walks in the air? Like,
Yeah.
he just does things and, just plays the game kind of differently. So the eye test for me, because the rings is awesome, but I also don't hold that as, my number 1 reason.
Number 1, yeah.
Because rings can be subjective, but it's also how he won it. Like, the dude three-peated, retires, and then three-peats again. He's like, when I'm winning, I'm winning.
That's generational right there.
So but yeah, that debate, dude, me and my homies, we go back and forth.
I had a lot of debates, when it came to MJ and LeBron.
Yeah. And speaking of debates, if you remember a few weeks ago, we had the Haaland versus Vinicius debate.
Yeah.
And I know the homies are going to be watching this episode.
I know Mustafa's going to be watching this, bro. And, bro, I'm telling you, bro, I'm picking Haaland over Vinicius anytime, bro. Like, this season, I might give it to Vinny, he obviously won the La Liga, He's forefront to winning the Ballon d'Or. But in general, I just feel like for now, Haaland has accomplished more as a player than Vinny has. But Real Madrid is my team, though, so, it's not like I don't like Vinicius. I love him. But I'm choosing Haaland over Vinicius. Just this season, I might give it to Vinny because he's winning the Ballon d'Or. Yeah. And then, yeah. But, Mustafa's going to see this and be like, blah, blah, blah. But he could keep yapping.
I know he was gonna be watching this like, oh man, I should have been in the room debating him and stuff.
Yo, that debate would go for hours.
It would go for hours.
I was trying to study that other day, right? This dude was just going.
We had to stuff that, bro. We couldn't study no more.
We couldn't study no more, bro.
Talk about kind of switching to the legends on the soccer side of things. There's always that classic debate: Messi, Ronaldo, and then you throw Pele in there sometimes.
Yeah.
Who's your soccer GOAT?
So when I started playing soccer, my favorite player was Ronaldo. It's just the way the work ethic and everything, the way he handled himself. You feel me? It's just inspiring. You feel me? I feel like he's the best role model you could have as a football player. You feel me? I mean, Messi's an amazing player, generational player. And if people say he's the GOAT, I give him a plus to that because he won the World Cup. You feel me? Had multiple Ballon d'Ors, but my GOAT will always be Ronaldo. I wouldn't debate, be like, oh, Ronaldo's better than Messi. If people say Messi's better, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. But my GOAT is always going to be Ronaldo. The amazing things he's achieved as a player, as a human being outside of football. It's just as you guys call it, soccer. It's just amazing. So
because he had a harder journey because Messi seemed to be just gifted.
Yeah, Messi.
In the game.
I feel like Messi, although he had to work too, but when it comes to luck, skill, he just had it every time. Ronaldo, he just had work for every single thing he did. the way he, moves, the athleticism, it's just, hard work that he had to like rip off, and then he also, grew up in a really poor family back in Portugal. So it's an inspiring story. It's an inspiring
Absolutely,
story.
man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Well, Janko, man, to kind of close out the podcast, I love ending it with this question, but, what advice from your experience, being in a college student, but also from sports wise, but from any lens you want to take it as, but, what advice would you give to the younger generation?
Oof. I mean, it's this. This is a really good question, but I feel like it's gonna be stereotypical. I'm gonna obviously say the obvious stuff. Like stick to it. I feel like you hear this a lot. Stick to it. Stick to it. They're like, it's easy to say. I wish you were in my condition, but like, we know people go through hard stuff, and then I feel like just embracing it and being thankful for every single thing you have, and then just building on top of that. You feel me? Like you might see something, be like, oh, I don't have this. I only have this, but like there's somebody that doesn't have what you have and is trying to get that. You feel me? So just being thankful for every single thing you have, and then just just staying on it, grinding, whatever you want to be. Like you want to be a doctor, stay on those books. You want to be a volleyball player, stay on that court. Like whatever it takes, just keep going at it, and then I feel like everybody just needs their purpose, their motivation, their full, their fire, like why you do your why. So I feel like your why is really important. Once you find your why, then there's nothing that could really stop you, because you're just doing it for that why. That's that why that's pushing you every day. That's that why that's making you stay consistent, because I feel like consistency is really great. You can't just wake up today and be like, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna work on this a little bit. It's all about working on it every single day, just being consistent, staying on it, and then being disciplined too. So I feel like once you connect the why, the discipline, and the consistency, I feel like you're doomed for success.
The formula for success.
That's the formula
And
for
what is
success.
your why, actually, Janko?
So my why is family, and then not wanting to work a 9 to 5 job. So I just want to be living off basketball, because like I love playing. I just want to live off something that I love doing. I want to wake up every day being excited to do what I want to do. You feel me? I don't want to wake up having to go to the office, because that's not really the life I want to live. Some people, that's that's what they want. That's what they're aspiring for. But like I don't want to just wake up having to work for someone else. You feel me? I just want to wake up, be on that court. You feel me? And then make money playing basketball. Feeding my family, and then because I'm the first son, so back in my culture, that's a really big thing. Everybody,
You're the role model.
yeah.
I'm the first son too, so
Yeah, so
everyone look at you. You're kind of like building that path.
I have 3 brothers that are looking up to me. For me, so everybody's just everything's just on my shoulders. Everybody's just expecting me to succeed. You feel me? In the beginning, that was a really hard thing, because I didn't really know how to handle that. But then as I grew on, I just became comfortable with my position, knowing okay, I have 3 brothers that are looking up to me, so I can't mess things up. I have to succeed. So family is a big reason why I do my things, and then just wanting to do what I love is also it's a big why too. So those are my whys.
Yeah. So the pros is like in your future, like that's something you want to go for.
Yeah, that's definitely
In the
what I wanna
NBA?
go for. If the NBA is there, yeah. So as high as my talents take me,
Yeah.
So I have 1 more year, at Western, and then see, how good I am, what level I could play at, and then, as high as I can.
Yeah. That's what's up. Janko, man. Appreciate you hopping on,
Of
man.
course, bro. It's a pleasure. Thank you.
Before I close it off, man, where can people find you if there's anything you want to shout out, or any social media plugs, anything?
Yeah, so first of all, follow his YouTube channel, great guy, awesome guy, happy to be on your podcast. And then, so obviously, as we mentioned, I'm a Western Washington basketball player. Our season's going to be in November. It's a little while, but, just mark it on your calendars, I hope to see some of y'all either here or like, tuning on YouTube. And then where you can find me is on Instagram, JPS or J.P.S _21. And then Twitter, the same thing. I don't really do TikTok no more, but like TikTok, you go Janko Drama. It's on TikTok, and then that's basically where you can find me.
There we go. Yeah, appreciate you, Janko, man.
Of course, it's a pleasure, man. Appreciate
Thank you, man. Yeah, and I hope y'all enjoyed that awesome episode. Y'all, stay in it, Janko gave some great advice, and it's important to take this advice and implement it as much as we can in our lives. So I hope you guys were inspired today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Have a great rest of your day, night, evening, whatever time zone you may be listening to this at. And we'll catch y'all on more seasons as season 4 rolls on. Till next time, guys.